Owning a lot of gear can get expensive, bulky, and daunting. Gear can be the thing that hinders your creative process. When I first decided to move abroad, I knew I'd had to make some adjustments. So much so that I downgraded my cinema camera equipment to just a single photo camera. Or that's what I told myself, but I still needed a couple extra accessories to make the whole experience worth it. Hi, my name is Jorge. Welcome. In this channel we merge creativity and productivity to try to live a more fulfilling life. In today's video I'd like to talk about my everyday carry, but not only for street photography, for everything in general. I never leave my home without a camera, even if I'm going to a random and simple place like a supermarket. So, we're going to talk about all the things that I like to bring and that I like to use to complement my photography process, but also try to keep it as small and minimal as possible. Let's get started. Let's start with the camera. If you've seen any of my previous videos, then you know that I use the X100V as my main photo camera, and I made a video review as well, link in the description down below. However, for the past couple weeks I've been using the X100, the original X100. Yes, a 10-year-old camera. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and not everybody has access to the same resources. So I've been testing this camera for the past couple of weeks, and I want to see if it's still usable in the year 2020 and 2021. Not as your main professional tool, but a way to get you started into photography, invested in the art form, while maintaining a reasonable budget. This is a really inexpensive way to get you into photography, and I'll be reviewing it in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. So I always use only one camera. But as of last week, I decided to always keep one of these with me. This is the Fujifilm Disposable Quick Flash 400. It's an easy and fun way to still have a camera with you at all times and just keep it there as a backup, or just a fun way to get into photography as well. Next are the accessories. I try to keep it really low, only batteries and memory cards, and sometimes if I really need to, a hard drive if I'm traveling or if I'm going abroad, but for the most part, I only bring what I need. I am still working on the ultimate accessory guide for the X100 series, but for the time being what I can say is that instead of you buying hoods and filters and anything else, make sure you have enough memory cards and make sure you have enough batteries. Having a fancy camera strap or a shutter release button or a hood is not going to help you if you only have one card and it's full. You're not able to take photos. And the same has to be said for a battery as well. Next is my photo book or prints. I like to have this with me in case I meet somebody that's interested in my photography or I have to demonstrate it for some reason. For example, when traveling abroad, you may meet some people that are not happy that you took a photo of them, and they may ask you to delete it. So I find that for me, it's a lot easier to engage with these people if I show them a photo book or actual prints and say, hey, I'm a photographer, I'm not just a random creep taking photos of you, this is how my photos look. And maybe you can come to a dialogue or an understanding. So I know it might feel counterproductive that this is sort of a minimal setup, but I still carry a book with me or prints, but in my experience, it has helped. And it's easier to demonstrate when you have something with you. So if you can have at least a couple small prints, something like that, something cheap from Costco or Walmart, that at least shows that you're a photographer, you do this often, and you have the right intentions. Next on my list are the AirPods. These are incredibly helpful, and I made a separate video on why you should own a pair of these. But basically every time that I'm out and about taking photos, I'm listening to a podcast or a book on Audible. These let you multitask and save some time, especially if you have to commute and you're wasting an hour or two a day commuting to a location, to go to photos, to exploring. So these are a must in my opinion. They don't have to be AirPods, just wireless earbuds in general. They will make your life a lot easier. These fit really well, they're really easy and simple to pair and wear as well, but they're also very important if you have multiple Apple devices. Not only I can go out and about and take photos and use them all the afternoon, but when I come home and I sync them to my MacBook Pro and I can edit these videos, I use them as well, so they're very important to me. Not a lot of people say this, but always have some sort of documentation with you. If you're traveling abroad, always have your passport with you, and if you're traveling in your own hometown, just make sure you have your wallet, make sure you have your ID. It's just a very easy way to be smart and minimize risk. And probably the least important part is a watch. I don't like to have smartwatches, even though I like technology, I like cameras, I like computers and things like that. I'd rather have a regular watch, so I'll have this Timex, really inexpensive and it looks okay, so not too bad. There has been plenty of times where I had a decent idea that I needed to write down, but I didn't, and I completely forgot. So I made it a rule to keep with me a small notebook at all times. And now every time I go out, I have this thing with me, so if I need to write down an idea for a YouTube video, for example, or a new project, or something else that I want to explore, I have this moleskin notepad with me. Alright, so everything that I mentioned so far is very small and light, and it's nothing compared to a big camera bag with lenses and tripods and things like that, but it's still not small enough that you can just keep in your pocket. So last but not least, we're going to talk about the bag. The Everyday Sling 6 liter from Peak Design. This is a very small and light camera bag that I happen to use for everything. I keep my camera obviously, but my wallet and sunglasses if I need to, and accessories like memory cards and batteries. As you can see, my photo book fits as well in this compartment, which is made for a tablet, something like a regular iPad or an iPad Pro 11-inch. They both fit well here. You can use it for documents, for your Kindle, for something else if you need to. If I'm just exploring for a day in my hometown and taking photos, that I don't need to bring all these things. But if I'm traveling abroad or going away for a short trip, then I bring my iPad. It fits well in here and it doesn't interfere with the compartments of the camera. It fits a little tight, but it fits just fine. The other thing that I really like are the compartments, how I can remove them and align them the way I want to and how I want to, which is really cool as well. And the exterior is a little rugged and protected from the elements, especially in situations with heavy rain or snow as well, so that's kind of nice. As you can see, it's a very small and concise package, really easy to carry, fits really well, and I don't have to worry about a big cinema package. I don't have to worry about bringing lots of things that I'm not going to use. I don't have to worry about weight and size of the bag, which it doesn't feel like a hindrance, and I can carry it everywhere. And that's the most important thing that I want to communicate in this video. If the camera that you're using and the whole setup and your bag and everything doesn't feel like it gets in the way of actually you going out and taking photos, then you're most likely to actually take the camera with you every single time you go out. Take the bag with you, take the accessories with you, and keep working on your creative cycle. But that is it for today. I'm curious to know, what is your everyday carry? Do you have a bag? Do you only carry a camera with you? Do you have a larger bag with multiple lenses? What is your setup? Let me know down below in the comments. The ultimate X100V accessory guide is still coming. It's taking a long time, but I'm still working on it. And I'm also reviewing this in the next couple of videos, so stay tuned for that. If you're looking for a budget camera and you want to have reasonable quality, then maybe this is something you should keep on your radar. If you found this video helpful or valuable, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, for giving me your time and your energy, and good luck with your creative process.